Welcome back, YouTube. We're back with some more Rev. This is in regards to the fauna situation. I mentioned it before that I've seen it. She's graduating at some point, and apparently it's an issue with management. And I just wanted to check this video out, see what the full story is. Hopefully, we get like some answers. It's weird because I don't really hear too much about Hololive unless like they're breaking records or they're doing baseball like stuff, and yeah, it's just weird to hear this because I don't think Hololive is a black company. Um, who knows, man? But before we check that out, if you've got any videos, compilations, playlists, anything like that you want me to react to or to watch, please check out my Discord in the description. We have a whole forum for it. And while you're down there, please consider subscribing. I'd love to hit 500 subs by the end of Christmas. That would be amazing. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riv here.
First
So, over
take.
the past couple of days on social media, there's been a lot of doom and gloom amongst VTuber fans, especially Hololive fans. They believe the latest big graduation from the company is a signal that there is potentially some internal issues going on at the company that is driving away some of its biggest talents. Now, 2024 has actually been a pretty tough year for some VTuber agencies. Now, a lot of people focus on, of course, Niji Sanji,
Niji
and in
Sanji.
particular
Yep.
Niji Sanji EN, that has had a disastrous few months this year. However, things have actually been pretty quiet recently for Niji Sanji, other than really the graduation of Victoria Brightshield. Things have been pretty quiet the last couple of months. In fact, it's been Hololive that's been having a lot of news, including some big graduations, some hiatuses, as well as some people changing their role in the company to an affiliate, basically a more behind the scenes type personnel instead of being on the forefront and streaming all the time. And that is something that is leading to some concern, let's just say. And the biggest thing to happen recently is the graduation of Fauna. This is something that was announced 2 days ago. She'll be graduating on January 3rd of next year. And you can see her post right here explaining what's going on. And honestly, based on her public statement that she shared on YouTube, it's only 5 minutes if you want to give it a full listen, but it is pretty simple as to the reason why she's leaving. I'll just play a few seconds.
The reason for my graduation is disagreement with management.
There it is. That's pretty much it. Disagreements with management. Now, this is something we've
It could
heard
range.
pretty recently also.
It could range from like something severe to like uh, they disagreed on something and she just wants to branch off now. So it is still open to whether whether it's like a black company situation or just a okay they've had enough and they're probably moving in separate ways anyway, so might as well like graduate, you know.
Also from other Hololive members, and this is something that has a lot of people concerned because what does that mean? Is there some internal strife going on? What's these issues with management that are being referred to? But either way, a lot of people are sad to see her go, and of course, you can check out her past life account. She's already been posting on there over the past couple of weeks, which is interesting to see. Lemon Leaf is the account. Again, one of the things that I'm glad is being no longer treated as taboo is sharing the past life of agency VTubers when they graduate. I don't think there's any secret that I've revealed here. She's gained 200k subs in the past 2 days since announcing her graduation
Yeah,
on her fauna.
VTuber fans are crazy, man. they they get into the lore of things and they don't want to like okay, I'm one of the guys that believes that Gagara is Senzoa and Senzoa is goaded. She's been missing for a long time. There's some similarities between Gagara and Senzoa, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. And I just love theorizing about it. But fans are crazy, man. They don't want that immersion broken. But I'm like, brother, you need to smell the flowers, bro. You're in way too deep. But I guess it's VTuber stuff, man. They have to farm. They farm parasocial things. it's idle company stuff, so they reap what they sow. The fans are crazy and they get money for it.
On an account, so I don't think I'm actually really revealing anything too secret here. But yes, this is the account you can find. Now, there's a lot of conversation going forward about why this is happening, and I've seen some pretty wild stuff going on with Hololive and Cover Corp and some theories people have as to what's going on with the company. I've heard this conversation going on that is very controversial. People are saying that Hololive and Cover Corp have gone fully woke, and this is the reason talents are leaving, because the company's gone woke and everything is changing.
Really?
And Gargura is a DEI hire. Okay, I made that last part up, but you get the hysteria going on. A lot of people are very concerned. They think this is the beginning of the end, because Hololive is not only just going woke, that they're already woke. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think Hololive and Cover Corp are woke. However, I think the issue is a lot of people are going to the extremes with this, and I think a lot of the things that are being pointed at as concerning are valid concerns, that there is a direction the company is heading, and many would view that as woke. I don't think they're there yet, but I think there's signs that they're heading in that direction. But when it comes to fauna, none of that has anything to do with their graduation. I think that's clear. The only thing I might say is, because of a lot of changes happening in the company, I think there might be some personnel shortages, which is causing probably some internal strife. But anyways, let's talk about some of these concerns I've been referring to. So this year's been actually one filled with a lot of change for Hololive, beginning with probably the biggest change, the fact that Cover Corp is now public, meaning investors can claim a share of.
Oh no. No. Okay, here comes the corporate greed. Okay. I see it that way. So I see it in a way like maybe her contract, Fauna's contract is about to end, and during negotiations they have become like a like money hungry, because they're public now, because they have to please investors. So it's less about the talent and more about making the money. So I can see why this disagreement went on.
Of the company, which then means they might have influences on what goes before the board, which then also might influence what's going on with the company, because up until this point, it's been the Cover Corp show, right? They control everything going on, but now they have these investors, these extra parties to cater and to pay attention to, and these investors might say, hey, I like this, or I want to see more of this, but they also might say, I don't like this, and I want you to roll this back or cut this out completely, and that is something that shouldn't be overlooked. Now, I think it's no coincidence that right after that, Cover Corp announced that they want to do a big global expansion, and part of that is expanding into North America, in particular the United States. And we've seen some collaborations like the Hololive.
Oh, this term, man. Localization. Jesus. I get like Vietnam flashbacks when I see this word, man. The localizers, they
Los Angeles Dodgers
not
collaboration.
good.
They had several members of Hololive, including Gargura, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and I think it is no coincidence that this year, the Dodgers would end up winning the World Series. I mean, no coincidence at all. As far as I'm concerned, that was the rallying point for their season. But part of this expansion is opening up a new headquarters.
That is crazy. Hearing like baseball fans like buying Gagara merch because she sang the song and they won. Because the baseball fans are like so superstitious about things. So, like, if things happen in a certain way and they win, they will try and do that thing the same way possible. Same with like sports guys, like basketball players. They have their own ritual before a game starts. You see LeBron doing the same thing where he's like it looks like he's jerking off ghosts or something. But yeah, people are so superstitious, man. They don't want to leave things to luck. They think like if one thing is different, it might change the whole flow of the players. I I never believe this, but hey, man, they gotta reach this something. It's about winning and losing. So
but California. Now, some people saw that and immediately said this company's finished. I think, though, there is some concern. I don't think it's as extreme as some people say, but for those who don't know,
is that why they're thinking it's going woke?
California is like the woke capital of the United States.
Yeah.
It's basically upside down land. It's bizarro world. It is just crazy, some of the stuff that happens in California. We've seen other Japanese companies create headquarters in California and then start pushing out a lot of DEI, and they start self-censoring and doing all these bad decisions people didn't want. And we've seen that with Sony, Square Enix, among other companies, and people are saying this might be the same thing happening here with Hololive. However, the operations, as of right now, are very small. You can see some quotes here directly about this office in America.
なるほど。はい。オフィスってどんなの、どこにあるの？
まあ今は小さいオフィスなので、あんまり人数も多くないんです。どんどん営業とかライセンシングとか増やしたいと思いますので、今はまあ3人4人ぐらいの少人数でやっています。
現地で雇った人ですか？それとももともとカバーいた人ですか？
現地でやっている方もいるし、私のようには日本から来た人もいる状況です。
These companies like need to realize, like especially Japanese companies need to realize there is a reason we like Japanese media. There's something that's like, it's not that it's just good, because yeah, anime is great and all, but like there's the feeling of like they don't hold back. There's, when it comes to like creativity, it's weird. It's very weird. There's a lot of weird animes out there, and a lot of them are very niche, and they feed into like certain likes that people have, like all my gay homies love JoJo's. All the gay homies love JoJo, man. But yeah, it's not traditionally what we see in normal media. There's like, it's a different formula, and having them change to fit our formula just kills part of like what makes Japanese media Japanese media. It's like you're eating red velvet cake every day, right? And then you look over, oh wait, there's a cheesecake. There's a strawberry cheesecake. Let me dip into that. Let me eat this strawberry cheesecake. Start eating it, and then all of a sudden, the chef that makes this chocolate, the strawberry cheesecake, decides, you know what? To fit into the people who like red velvet cake, let me just make red velvet cake instead. And now you just have two red velvet cakes. There's no choice anymore. That's the issue. So please just make sure it's just an expansion. Like Hololive just needs to make sure it's just an expansion to like learn about, to build in America, but like not to bring like American politics out, man. Definitely not. Hopefully.
So that is the thing that I think is the more concerning route. So it's a small office. This interview was from like 3 months ago, so maybe they've increased their personnel a bit, but at the time they only had 3 or 4 employees, and some of them were from Japan. So, but this quote here about wanting to increase the local employees more is what people might be concerned about. You have people from California now having an influence on what's going on with a Japanese company, and we've seen this story play out before, so I think concerns about that are somewhat valid. On top of that, we look at the investors, right? There are some names in here that are very concerning if you know anything about them. You see like BlackRock, right? You also see the Vanguard
Not BlackRock.
group, okay? They have very small shares, but these are companies with trillions of dollars of assets, and they're ones known for pushing a lot of DEI and related nonsense into the companies they invest in. So I think that is a fair thing to pay attention to, because
yeah, especially BlackRock, man. BlackRock is man.
An end game here. They can always increase the amount of shares that they're investing into, and that is something that could very much happen. On top of that, we see right around that time some weird statements coming out from Cover Corp, and you start seeing this bizarre, low quality slop, basically clip art that we normally see from the diversity and inclusion page on some going woke studio, right? Who's heading down that route. Like, what is going on here? And you have further slides like this, once again showing the bizarre clip art that looks nothing like you would expect from Cover Corp. But then they have this united without boundaries goal here with a bunch of word salad that literally means nothing. Again, this is something you would expect on the website of a sweet baby partner or something like that. But continuing,
there are limits to what you can achieve by yourself or just with your teams. However, if you get out of your comfort zone and take on challenges together across various this taxes boundaries such as teams, divisions, or companies, the possibilities, and yeah, that is just word salad.
On the website of a sweet baby partner or something like that. But continuing forward, also there was a bizarre official note made by Cover Corp just a few days ago talking about the conclusion of streaming activities. And this is the translated part from Japanese, talking about how they're going to get rid of the term graduation, which they still used on Fauna's post, but anyways, they want to get rid of graduation because it's too triggering to people. It might like trigger people hearing the word graduation.
It's a heavy it's got a heavy connotation to it. I'm guessing they called it graduation because it used to be positive. It was like a new beginning for the person, because it's from like school stuff, right? So it was like new beginnings for the person, but it slowly, when it comes to VTubers, it slowly became a, yeah, they got fired. They got kicked out.
So instead, they're going to use phrases like end of distribution activities, which sounds way
very
worse.
Corporate.
Graduation actually sounds,
yeah, it's got end of it. Graduation
somewhat pleasant and like, you know, like it's not the end of the world. But this sounds very corporate and dry. I don't know why this is somehow better. But what's interesting here and relevant to what we're talking about is down here in the English version of this post, they added a new section that was not present in that Japanese section, talking about towards a more inclusive and diverse production, which is odd. Again, some people might say, oh, what's the big deal? I just find it very strange that they have a separate section for this only in the English part. That should be just odd to you, right? It's like these little things adding up. It's more and more odd things, and it's just like, what is going on over at Cover Corp? And also, let's just establish again, like I said, I don't think Cover Corp has gone fully woke, but I think the totality of what we've been looking at paints a direction the company might be heading, and I think that is one that could be concerning to people. It
baby
might resemble
those clip arts of babies with like the little tuff at the
woke or something like
top.
that. And I think it's valid to point out these major changes going on at the company and saying, hey, maybe there might be some influences that might have a negative impact on the company if it continues the way that it has already. Now, there's a video here of one person talking about what's going on in the VTuber industry and other related industries, and I think this is really the heart of the issue. Beyond anything else we've talked about today, I think there's an issue with personnel shortages in the VTubing scene, especially among agencies who have no shortage of talents. That's not the issue. The issue is having enough background personnel, you know, having the technicians, having management, having promoters, engineers, people.
Yeah, I hear a lot of like stories of like VTubers. They join a company and the company does nothing. The company is just, all they do is just they collect the checks at the end. Pretty much. They pay the initial like money for equipment or money for like the artist to make their VTuber model. And then they do nothing. They're like a multi, what's the, a media group? I think that's what they were called. Like back in the day when YouTubers couldn't make money, only companies could make money, and he had to join like machinima or something. They're just acting like machinima, pretty much.
Who can make things happen. I think there's a shortage of that. And if you have a shortage of that, I think it can cause a lot of internal strife. And I don't think it's any coincidence, by the way, that earlier this year we saw Selene Tatsuki get terminated and return to her past life account DokiBird, and then have enormous levels of success. We saw the same thing with Pomu going to Mint Maid. And I think it is shown for a lot of people that if you go back to your indie life, you can have unparalleled levels of
Doobie, you know,
success, even in
who was she? Watson. I think that was Watson.
some cases more than you had with your agency, and also have no strings attached. I think that's also playing some sort of influence on why so many VTubers from big agencies,
like VTubers, seeing like the amount of success they could have, and it's just freedom. Like, why wouldn't you try? If you're seeing like more people succeed from graduating and just going back to their old personas. I'm just waiting for Gargara to go back to Senso, man. I want a drunk singing singing videos back, man. Come on. Dude, it's so funny because I discovered it like early on through like meme videos, and then rediscovered her, and then found out that she just disappeared after rediscovering her, because there was the whole like okay boomer thing, and then there was the uh what was it, the Belle Delphine song thing. She sang that. That's when I rediscovered that, and then she just disappeared. And then all of a sudden, a shark girl showed up.
are graduating recently. It definitely gives them promise that there might be greener pastures among or past the agency, where they don't have to worry about management. They don't have to worry about these things. And instead of just dealing with it like they would in the past, maybe they're now saying, well, I don't need to put up with this. I can just go back to my past life account and not deal with these management disputes and just succeed really well. And I think that's going to happen with Fauna, for example. I think she is going to do very well as an indie. A lot of people are highly anticipating her return. She was already very popular on her past life account before joining Hololive, and now she.
I don't know if this happens or not, but I assume like under a company, when you go to collab with people, you probably have to like ask your manager, like, hey, I want to collab with this person, and then they set it up, and it's like there's a middleman all the time to like talk to before they collab, instead of like just, I guess, collabing with. They can collab with anyone who's indie, but like collabing with a company VTuber, they'll still have to go through a manager, but like at least they don't have a manager to go through. They're their own boss. So.
She is skyrocketed, skyrocketed as a result of graduating from Hololive. But also this whole claim that there's personnel shortages, I think that's corroborated by posts made by Cover Corp. They've been recruiting a lot of new personnel, and that's a post from only a week ago, so it kind of lines up with some of the things people are saying. And the other thing we got to talk about today is Gargura. So there's a lot of concern about Gargura, and honestly, there's been concern.
That's so weird. I was talking about Gargura this sort. I was only talking about it because, like, I think she's the only one I saw her like her reveal, her debut. She's the only VTuber that I actually saw her debut. So I guess she's the only one like that I can like think of. And with that theory or sensor, like, yeah, that's all. That would be the only VTuber in my head.
From some people for like 2 years. She's been in what some people describe as a state of semi-graduation for the last 2 years, more sporadic with her public content, although we don't know what she's doing behind the scenes, which I'm sure
She might
is
be
a
cooking
lot.
stuff for
But
fans,
anyways, if you go to her account right now, her last stream is about 2 months ago, and that's not too surprising. She's gone months without streaming before. But based on what happened with Fauna, if you go to the comment section of that last stream and you just look at the newest comments,
It's
they're
poor
all
fans,
like
man.
this. It's all people begging her not to leave the agency. I think there is a lot of concern among Hololive fans. Like I said, a lot of doom posts.
What the hell? Please don't leave us. This makes no sense. She's not gonna go anywhere. What do you mean, don't leave us? If she's not in the agency, you can follow her in the old. I guess. I see it. I see it. Because some VTubers have graduated and just wanted nothing to do with VTubing ever again, and just lived a normal life. They have like enough money to like live off of, so they just dip. So I could see that way, yeah. But I don't know if she actually is Sensoa. She's too much of a shit poster to like leave things. So yeah, but I see it. Why they think she might just disappear?
Posting and
Just
doom and gloom.
she's made enough money now. I haven't really heard any like bad things in Hololive based on like pay, so I'm assuming they make enough money. So yeah, she's probably made enough money to just dip, live off of, never touch VTubing again.
Going on where people think some of the biggest talents are going to continue to graduate or at least reduce their role in the company, as we've seen over the past couple of months. On top of that, we saw this change to the bio of Senzawa, which again, I guess I'm breaking all the taboo here. This is the past life account of Gargura.
It's been confirmed. To be honest, last time I checked was like a while ago. So what the hell? This actually makes me happy. Holy shit. I love that. It's Sensoa. What the hell? I was 80% sure, but then like actually getting that confirmation, I'm like, whoa, what the hell? It actually is her. That is so cool. What the Number one fan of Gargura. That is so good. Please, please graduate. I want you. I want the meme back, dude. That's what I want.
Not hidden information.
I want the shitposter meme back, please. Sorry to the Gargura fans, but fuck you. Sensoa over Gargura any day.
She recently changed her bio to say #1 fan of Gargura, which is, again, it seems like a bit of a nothing burger, but it's just interesting to see even any level of acknowledgement between the past life account and the corporate account, especially someone as big as Gargura. On top of that, she recently followed Lemonleaf, her past life account of Fauna, and seems to be active, at least somewhat, on that past life account. And really, at this point, there's just a lot going on with Hololive. As you can guess, a lot of this is speculation. I mean, I think this is a healthy conversation to have, especially with what's going on ever since Cover Corp went public and some of the changes we've seen. But overall, a lot going on. But the important thing to understand.
Okay, if they go woke, look, it's better than Sanji. It's better than having a black company. Let's just say that. I think in terms of like having a black company versus a woke company, I'll take the woke company any day. It's not like the end of the world. Because like yes, they're woke, but they're not gonna try and completely screw over their talents, right? They might do it by accident, but it's not a black company. That's it's the better of the two evils. Let's just say it's yeah.
Understand here is yes, there's some big changes, and I probably will say expect some more big graduations in the near future, but Cover Corp and Hololive are not going anywhere. They're going to continue being very successful. I don't think we're going to see them go belly up anytime soon, but
No,
I definitely
definitely
think it's
not.
important
No.
to pay attention as to what's going on with the company and some things going on in terms of the future direction, and to point those things out before they become a much bigger problem than they might
They made way too much money to give up, man. Even if their numbers go down a bit.
already be. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
I mean, think about it. Niji Saji was, dude. By the way, I'm. That's gonna trip me up every time I say that company's name. Niji Sanji. I mean, they were a $1 billion company. They reached $1 billion, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a single clue who any of those talents were. Until the controversies. Hololive, I've heard about, and I was there when Gaku debuted. So, yeah, they have way too much money to. Even if they go woke and then they lose money, it's too much money to like give up on. But anyway, we'll leave it off there. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out the Discord. Suggest to me any videos and help me reach 500 subs by Christmas. That would be amazing. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.